Welcome to the Fixit channel, and this is part 3 in our series on blue screen of death in Windows and how to troubleshoot them. Part 1, we explained the series of blue screens of death. Part 2, we talked about the most common problems that create blue screens of death. And then this part 3, we're going to start the actual troubleshooting, and we're going to actually start with what is the most obvious to check before you go any further and finding your blue screen problems. So the first thing you should do if you have a blue screen and this is the first time you ever see one, or this is really for the first blue screen, not for anybody that has random blue screens here and there. The first time you see a blue screen, the questions you need to ask yourself, and you know what, at my clients, when I go to fix their computers, I'd say that 50% of blue screens are because of some change that was done. They don't always realize that some change was done, but at least 50% of blue screens are because of change that has been done on the PC. What you need to ask yourself if you get a blue screen: did you change hardware? Did you, if you're on the desktop, maybe you changed, the hard drive. Maybe you changed the Ethernet card or the Wi-Fi adapter, or maybe you've added RAM or changed the RAM modules. Even on the laptop, maybe you changed or added some more RAM. Did you do any hardware change? Did you buy a new printer? Did you plug something new in your USB ports that was not plugged in before? That's the first thing to think about. If you have a blue screen and you've got new material, well, that could be the case. It pretty much looks like, oh, I've got a blue screen and I've got a new printer. Pretty much goes together. I got a blue screen and I installed more RAM. Or maybe the RAM's faulty or there's some problem there. So these are the first things to check for. Did you install new software? Is there some new program or app on your PC that wasn't there the day before you got the blue screen? Programs and apps are part of what can cause a blue screen on the PC. You did? Uninstall it. Go into the device, the programs and features, and uninstall the software you've installed. Blue screen stopped. You know that software has a problem. Blue screen is still there. It doesn't mean that the software was not at fault. It might be that the software changed something. Use System Restore. Use System Restore and go back a day or two. No more blue screens? Obviously, probably the software. Did you update, or did you see your computer update a driver? It could be through Windows Update. Maybe some update of a driver installed. Did you actually yourself update a driver? Maybe a display adapter driver, stuff like that. Drivers are often a cause of blue screen. And if that's the case, what's cool is that you can actually go back to the device manager. And you can go into the display adapters or whatever driver that was changed. Say here's the display adapter. And in driver, you have a button called roll back driver. You can click that and roll back the driver to a previous version. And that might fix your problem. So if you see that the driver rollback stops your blue screens, well, maybe that new driver is buggy. Maybe it has a problem. Maybe you should wait for the next version of the driver. Don't update it. Unfortunately, sometimes, and especially in Windows 10, they're kind of pushed hard on you. So that's the sad part of it. Once again, you think something installed, you're not sure what it is. Why not use System Restore and go back 24 hours or 2 or 3 days and see if blue screen's gone. If that is the case, then you're okay. And of course, you might have fixed your problems. But that's the first idea behind all of this. Did a Windows update install? Is it Patch Tuesday and you notice that after the updates have installed, a day or two after you start having blue screens? It might go together. Maybe something's wrong in the update. You know, there were blue screens on Windows updates in the past, and there'll probably be blue screens on the Windows update in the future. You got to be aware. Updates installed on your PC, and now you start getting blue screens. Well, system restore. Roll back before the updates. Blue screen stops. You know the updates are there, and most versions of Windows, like Windows 7, you can actually just stop the update and say, well, I don't want it now. And Windows 10, unfortunately for now, it's not possible, but starting with the Creators Update in April, we will have the possibility to say, well, okay, I'm going to wait up to 35 days before I install it, and maybe there's going to be a fix. So that's the first part of troubleshooting, the obvious. What is new? Anything new on your PC? And last but not least, do a virus scan. Some viruses, some Trojans, sometimes blue screen your computer. And it's unfortunate, but that happens from time to time. So this is the first part. Of course, next we're going to analyze screen or dump files from problems. And I found a treasure on the internet, a guy that dumped something like 200 or 300 dump files of different problems into that you can download. So it's pretty cool. We'll be analyzing it. So make sure that you have installed, like I said in the first video, Blue Screen View, utility that's very useful to analyze blue screens and dump files from blue screens. And remember, always think about, is something new on your PC? And we'll see if that could be the case of a blue screen. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And hopefully you'll enjoy our little blue screen of death series.